Hey, we are here for another TechBiz tutorial. We're going to do a little bit of some digital design today using a cool little program called Piskel. So Piskel, you can go to piskelapp.com. It's free. You can use it in a browser, I believe, but you can also download it um, as like a portable installation, which is pretty cool. And you can use it to make image sprites or any kind of pixel art, but I think it's most useful for like image sprites, or if you want to make kind of an 8-bit style animated GIF. Either way would be fine. But you can download it there at that site. It's pretty easy to run, easy to install, and all that. And again, that's at piskelapp.com. So we in one of my classes were having day where students had to demonstrate, teach a skill, a digital skill of some form or another to the rest of the class. And one of my students introduced to the class Piskel and showed us all how to create image sprites for a game. And so this one here, this one's for Juan out there. I'll try not to let you down on this. I know you do a better job teaching this than what I'm going to do here. But I'm going to use this program for today to demonstrate to you how to make image sprite for a game. Or again, it could be an animated GIF, you know. But I'm working on using the Construct game engine. It's a real simple game design, 2D game design program you can use out there, and I want to make a simple 2D Superman video game. So I'm working on some Superman sprites for it. I'm going to have it be kind of an 8-bit style. And so I opened up Piskel here, and it looks similar tools to Photoshop or Paint or anything that you've ever used before. It also has layers over here. You can see that. It tells you how many frames per second up here that your animation is. Right now I only have 1 frame, so that's all I can do. They have a variety of transform tools, so you can flip horizontally or rotate, clone a layer, those different kind of things. You can crop the sprite, all sorts of things you can do with this program. I used to try to whenever I would do something like this before of an 8-bit nature, I would try to do it in Photoshop, and I'd try to zoom in far enough to where I could see the individual pixels, and then I would try to transform it, and it was pretty cumbersome to use. And this here is a great program to do this a little bit easier to use. You can go into your settings and you can change the maximum frames per second. You can change the grid, the tile mode. You can change the color format. I'm using hex values for mine, but you can use any of that. You can resize your image when it's done to how many pixels you want it to be. Choose where it's going to be anchored when you resize it, so that's handy. You can save it, obviously. You could save it as a Piskel file, which is kind of like your Photoshop project files, and it keeps track of all your layers, and you can go back into Piskel and edit it. But then you can also save or export as a PNG, a GIF, or whatever else you want to. You can export them as sprite sheets, I believe, as well. All those things. You can import your existing pixel files and your GIFs or your JPEGs or PNGs also. So a lot of handy little tools to use this. So let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, I'm going to make a Superman, real basic Superman here. So I kind of know what style I want to use for this. So I kind of have that in mind already. And we'll just kind of see how we can get this thing to work, I suppose. Alright. So for this here, this works. I'm just using the pencil tool right here for this first part. And once I have a section done, you know, you can choose another color on here. Alright, so looking at this, you can change the lightness and the darkness of a color or choose another color altogether. You can always go back and change these colors, you know, to kind of see how it's going after that. Alright, so working on Superman, got the curl right here. And I'm just going for kind of a 8-bit style. They have the paint bucket tool. You can fill in with shapes and squares and all that also. So that's kind of a useful thing. But here I have the head done for my 8-bit Superman. Not terrible. I'm just going real minimalist style for this. Okay, now I'm going to go with the blue here. And let's see, we can trying to think. I want kind of a dynamic pose for this here. So we'll see how we can make this look. Alright. I think that'll work. And I kind of want to do the same thing I did with the other part. Maybe give it just a touch of a shadow effect. And I can use this color picker here to choose a color that's already on the screen. So I'm going to have that arm on that side kind of be a darker color, as in it's being a shadow on there, I guess. Alright, and then let's go back to the color selector and choose. We'll go with the just kind of a orangish yellow, I guess. And draw on our belt here for Superman. I also want to probably trying to find a decent red here that's usable. Alright, so there's Superman's S kind of on his chest there. And then we will go with a red for the boots. Let's use this for, I don't know, the knee on there, I guess. That'll work. Yeah, I think that could work. Maybe I should have made it his body a little wider, perhaps, but no, I think that'll be okay. I don't know, I'm being kind of picky here, but if I use my moving tool, you can select on that. So let me select here around this object and then hold shift and drag over, and you can move your selected content in that area. And then let's choose a color for the cape, and I'm going to use a darker color for the cape just because it's behind him and I don't want it to kind of run into the same color as the boots on there, I guess. So we can go here. We'll go 3 right there, I suppose, and then we will kind of fill in around Superman on this and kind of have it look like it's into the wind. Alright, so this here is my first frame of Superman up here, so that's not bad. That's our first part, and then I want to create a layer. I could add, or actually let's see here, I want to add a new frame, and actually let me do it this way. I want to duplicate this frame so I don't have to redraw Superman on here. So now I'm on 2 frames. I was on frame 1, now I'm on frame 2, and this time I want to use my eraser tool. So I'm just going to erase the top part up there, and then maybe erase a little bit of this next line, and I can go here. That's not terrible. Maybe bring this one up a little bit. Alright, and then here's frame 2, and now I want to duplicate that again, and now I want to make sure I have my 3rd frame selected, and I can use my eraser tool, and let's see, go down here maybe to this one. Alright, and then this here is kind of a good start for what I have for my image sprite. So you can see the preview up here, and right now I'm at 12 frames per second. Just to see what it would look like, you can increase that or decrease that. It's just the preview. Whatever game design program, if this is for an image sprite, whatever game design program you use or engine, you're going to specify how many frames per second, but you get a little preview in here for that. So I have a little Superman where he could be flying one direction but looking back the other way, and with this we are able to use Piskel, using some of our tools here, adding multiple frames, using our colors selector. You can see over here where it has the current colors. We talked about again how when I'm done, if I wanted to save this as a Piskel file, I'd save as and save it wherever folder I want to, and then I could go back and make changes to it, or when I'm all the way done I could go to export and do that. I'd maybe want to do some cropping and centering and that kind of stuff as well, but you get the idea for this here little demonstration. Once I start making more progress on the game, I'll post some video play of that and maybe a little kind of brief overview of that game for any of you who are interested in seeing how this looks as I continue to work on that game. But hopefully you like this Piskel program. It's free. You can install it on your computer at home. You can make cool animated GIFs and post them on social media, or you can make graphics for games, or just make cool retro style pixel type art. Kind of the sky's the limit. Fun little program. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.